everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today we're doing a little bit of a different video for you guys. We're gonna do a drive with me because I found my car tripod, so that's exciting. Anyway, I just got my hair done, so feeling spiffy. We are out for the day. And I'm gonna go get a smoothie, I think, before heading home and doing more work. I got a message from someone saying they really wanted a video on all my favorite podcasts I listen to, because I say I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I always like to listen to podcasts when I'm in my car. So I thought, like how a lot of people do a drive with me, like their favorite music, I thought we'd do a drive with me, my favorite podcasts. I also wanted to like play some of the podcasts for you while I was driving, but also like, unlike music, like I have to go through different apps. I don't want to be on my phone that much while I'm driving because safety first. So I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay, so the first podcast I want to talk about was the podcast that got me into podcasts, and probably most of you guys know it. It is the #GirlBoss podcast by Sophia Maruso, you know, the author of the Girl Boss book, Girl Boss movement. I don't listen to this podcast as much now, but it's a very good podcast. I love it. Has some great interviews. It's really high quality. Like recently she's really turned up the quality of the podcast, and like her editing's awesome. It is a great option, and yes, it's on Spotify too. That's one of the reasons I really like it. Okay, the next podcast that is on Spotify that I love is the Marie Forleo podcast, and I love Marie Forleo. She's amazing. Her podcasts are a little bit weird because they're actually her YouTube videos turned into podcasts. So it's not like a typical podcast, it's like a video, and so there's sometimes awkward times where like there's editing in the video but you guys can't see it because you're just listening to it, but it still has some great information. And I love how short some of them are. Like some of her episodes are like 5 to 10 minutes, and so if you are just having like a quick car ride and you really don't want to get into like a podcast, a deep conversation, then they are really good for that. And yeah, I just love her. She's really funny, so if I'm looking for like a humorous podcast, I really like hers as well. Okay, we are pulling into the juice bar in a second, and there's no parking. Wait, here's a parking spot. I'm like definitely over that line. I'm gonna run in and get my juice real quick, and I'll be back for more podcasts. Okay, I think I fixed my camera so it's stabilized. I got my green juice. It's really interesting. I'm gonna tell you what's in it, but you may not even care. It's called the matcha green, so it has matcha green tea, powder, bananas, mango, cashews, Himalayan salt, spinach, and I also added kale. And it's from the juice bar, so if you have that in your area. It's interesting. It's like a different take on a green juice because it doesn't taste very green. It tastes more like a matcha latte with like, oh, it also has lemon too. I don't know, it's interesting. It's very thick, so it's probably gonna be like my lunch. Yes, okay, back to podcast talk. So, Girl Boss Radio, Marie Forleo TV, and then guys, my latest obsession has been Jenna Kutcher and the Gold Digger podcast. Oh my goodness. I am obsessed with Jenna and her husband. They just had this whole like going viral thing you guys may have heard about. If not, you can go check out their Instagram, and I am just in love with them, and they're so real and so authentic and just such an amazing couple. I love them, and they're also Christian, and I love Christian influencers too. The Gold Digger podcast is for like bloggers, women entrepreneurs. Like it sometimes has interviews. It also sometimes is just Jenna like spilling her information. It also talks about social media and email lists and just building your brand in general, having goals, being a gold digger. Another favorite recently is the Influencer podcast by Sullivan, and this is for influencers mainly. So like she interviews a lot of YouTubers and famous Instagrammers, bloggers, lots of bloggers. I actually got to meet Julie, and she was at the Bloggers conference I was at. I'm gonna take an Instagram story because I think this is really funny. I feel like such an LA YouTuber with my vlog camera and my green juice. Like this is funny. This is hilarious. Okay, we're done with that. Maybe these drive with me's aren't gonna be really good because I get super sidetracked. Holy cow. Julie Sullivan, right? And so she actually got to watch some of my presentations, so that's really exciting. I saw her like come in the back, and so she's cool. That's a good one. The Influencer podcast. This road is the most dangerous road. There's a Duck Donuts, a Krispy Kreme, and a new cute little donut shop called Status Dough, which I've been wanting to try. and it looks so cute. I just want a donut with my green juice. The next one I really like to listen to, and I like this one because it's on SoundCloud. It is the Women Work and Worth podcast, and so this is hosted by Mavenly, which is a business to help women in their careers and women in business. So whether you are a business owner, whether you are an entrepreneur, or you're just a girl like trying to improve her overall career, like as an employee too, like whatever it is, they're a great resource. And so I really like their podcast because they also interview mostly women and give their own tips on branding, on like even like job interviews, that kind of thing. So that's kind of a cool change. It's not just for entrepreneurs, but just women careers in general. And then the last one I want to mention is, I think this is the last one. I'm going all of this off of memory, guys. The last one is the Being Boss podcast, which is also on SoundCloud. And I haven't listened to this one in a while, but this is for creative entrepreneurs. So if you're an artist, a photographer, hairstylist, whatever it is in the creative industry, this podcast is for you. And it goes into everything from like management to financing to, you know, getting out of a creative rut. Like it just has great resources all around. I did not mention this as one of my top favorite podcasts, but if you guys didn't know, I have my own podcast. Woo! So it is the Hannah Ashton podcast, and it is on SoundCloud and iTunes, and I upload podcasts there every Friday. So if you're a fan of my YouTube videos, which I upload twice a week, go check out the podcast because we focus there on interviews with, I like to bring on like smaller influencers, smaller bloggers, smaller business owners, and really highlight them. So you guys can meet some really cool new people, learn a bunch of advice about YouTube, blogging, entrepreneurship, being a teenager, public speaking, like literally we cover a lot. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too crazy. Let me know if you like this drive with me style. You guys probably heard my turn signal throughout, but you know, I could have not used a turn signal and you wouldn't hear the annoying click, but you guys are knowing I'm being safe. So anyway, I think this could be an interesting twist to some of my videos so that they're not as boring. We go do something, grab a drink probably, because I love having a drink when I drive. Like even if I don't buy something, I always have a cup of water with me. So I'm gonna go home, get some work done, of course, and then go to tennis, meet up with a friend, and then go to tennis later today. So it's a pretty good day. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Okay guys, I love you. Bye, peace out.